Mr. Speaker, not too many months ago, we heard our governor, in announcing his agenda for this year, speak about New York, its promise, and its legacy. One thing we can clearly say is that our state is compassionate toward the immigrants who came to our state, to minorities, and to so many others with so many needs. Just days ago, we celebrated a bipartisan effort to restore funding for the developmentally disabled because of the need we all saw. This chamber should be a forum where various ideas and issues are discussed and debated, and I'd like to interject today the word compassion. Compassion for the unborn. My colleagues, statistics show that in New York City, 2 in every 5 pregnancies end in abortion. Among the African American community, that figure soars to 60%. In one recent year alone, close to 120,000 lives were lost to abortion in New York State. And in the nation, we annually rank among the top in terms of abortions performed. What concerns me is that this new bill is being brought forth in an omnibus bill in an atmosphere of political correctness, cloaking what we are really considering in soft language, using words like choice to mask the reality of what we are really doing today. I know that proponents of this legislation argue that it's simply an adjustment of the language, a change in wording to comply with the provisions of Roe v. Wade. But that simple language change would make a profound difference. It will mean that abortion, now not allowed after 24 weeks in New York State, will be available through the 3rd trimester. Proponents argue that this is vital to assure the health of the mother, although the term health itself is somewhat ambiguous. Can it mean mental or emotional health? But beyond that, I believe this creates an atmosphere, a perception about abortion on demand as a choice, as an elective, that will only add to the count of those sacrificed on the altar of political correctness. My colleagues, I'm an adoptive parent. Some 30 years ago, a frightened young teenage girl was faced with some very, very difficult and life-altering decisions. The decisions she made for life resulted in my wife and I becoming the parents of a beautiful baby girl. This child had no say in the circumstances, and I often wonder if that young mother, now probably in her late 40s, thinks about the daughter that we share and whether she would be pleased with the job we've done. A few years later, we were similarly blessed with a son. The choices these 2 birth mothers made those years ago have made our lives infinitely richer, but it's also given these 2 young people the same opportunities we are all granted at birth: to be part of a family, to grow and learn and live a full life, to seek out the opportunities that give them fulfillment. And when I think of these children and the grandchildren we are now blessed with, I think of the words of another former colleague of ours, Dick Keene, who during one memorable debate said to us here on the floor, "Who am I to deny anyone a seat at the great banquet of life?" Great words from a great man, a man who was willing to stand up for the things he believed in. And I think of those words when I look at my children and my grandchildren, and I urge you to think of those words when you vote today. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for your time.